we will learn the next method to calculate mean, and the name of the method is called step deviation method. Okay, the first method was direct method, second method is assumed mean method, and the third method is called step deviation method. This is also very simple. Now, when to use this step deviation method? This you will use when your data becomes little more bigger. Okay, bigger numbers you have, you can use this method, right? Now, step deviation method will get, you have to use this formula, x bar is equals to a plus sum of fi ui upon sum of fi the whole into h. Okay, so x bar stands for mean, a stands for assumed mean like the assumed mean method. Okay, fi stands for frequency, and ui stands for deviation upon h. Deviation upon h. This is ui. Deviation means that di that we calculated in the assumed mean method. So this is more or less like assumed mean method. Slight differences are there, but very simple and very easy, just like assumed mean method. Okay, so let us start. We'll understand it all with the help of a sum. Consider the following distribution of daily wages of 50 workers of a factory. Okay, the first row it is given daily wages in rupees, and the second row it is written number of workers. If you see the daily wages in rupees, 100 to 120, 120 to 140 and so on, the numbers are bigger, 100, 120, 140. That's why we are using this method. This makes your calculation more easier. Okay, and the number of workers 12, 14 and all slightly bigger numbers. Okay, so we are using this method. Find the mean daily wages of workers of a factory by using appropriate method. They have left us free to use any method. We can use direct, we can use assumed mean method, we can use step deviation method. So let us use an appropriate method. Let us use step deviation method because the numbers are really big. So step deviation method, what are we supposed to find? We are supposed to find the mean of daily wages. So we'll have to prepare some columns. 5 columns are there. The first column will be class interval. The second column will be frequency, fi. The third column is class mark, xi. The fourth column is ui. In the previous one, it was di, if you remember, assumed mean method. What was di? Di was xi minus a. Here, ui we find. What is ui? Xi minus a upon h. That is the only difference. Previous one was di. It is xi minus a. Now it is ui. It is xi minus a upon h. Your number will become, when you divide something, the number becomes still smaller. Okay, and the last column will be fi into ui. Now the first class interval, we'll get it from the question, daily wages in rupees. We'll copy them one below the other. The second one, frequency, also we'll get it from the question, that is number of workers. We'll copy them one below the other. And the third one is class mark. And class mark, how do you find? Add the limits and divide by 2. 100 plus 120. 100 plus 120 is 220. 220 upon 2 will be 110. Like this we are not going to find for all of them. We found only for the first one. And then what are we going to do? We are going to add the class width. Class width, how do you get? By subtracting 2 consecutive lower limits, you get the class width. So let us subtract 2 consecutive lower limits. 120 minus 100. How much is the class width? 20. So go on adding 20 to each class mark, you will get the next. So by adding h to every xi, you will get the next one. So 110 plus 20 gives you 130. 130 plus 20 gives you 150. 150 plus 20 gives you 170. 170 plus 20 gives you 190. So all the class marks xi are ready. Correct? Now ui is nothing but xi minus a upon h. Xi is known, h is known. Now a, what is a? Assumed mean. We will assume a value. From where to assume a value? From where to take that a? From, we assume any one value from xi column as a. That is assumed mean. And which value? Preferably the value which is in the middle. Now xi column, the third column, can you see that? We will take any one value as a. You can take it as a as 110 also. You can take a as 190 also. Any one value. But preferably the value which comes in the middle. The value which comes in the middle is, here in this sum is 150. So we will take this as a. There is no compulsion. You can take any one value as a. Okay, so 150 we are taking it as a. Now let us calculate the first one. So the assumed mean is nothing but 150. The first one, ui, is nothing but xi minus a upon h. What is first xi? 110 minus, what is a? 150. So 110 minus 150 upon h. What is h? Class width, that is 20. So 110 minus 150 upon 20. How much you get? Minus 2. Similarly, we'll get the next one. The next ui is nothing but xi minus a upon h. The next xi is 130 minus 150 upon 20. 130 minus 150 is minus 20. Minus 20 upon 20 is minus 1. The next one, similarly, the next same way. Ui is xi minus 150 upon h. A is 150. So 150 minus 150 upon h. H is 20. Okay, 150 minus 150 is 0. 0 upon 20 is also 0. Okay. Similarly, the next one, 170 minus 150 upon 20, you will get 20 upon 20, it will be 1. 190 is xi minus 150 upon h, that is 20. 190 minus 150 is 40. 40 upon 20 is 2. Okay. So all the ui's are ready. This way you can calculate. I'll give you one more easy way. But when to apply that one more easy way? Again, like assumed mean, I am telling you, this easy way you will apply only when your class width is the same throughout the sum. If your class width is different, you will have to calculate each of these ui like this. If the class width is same, you can apply an easy way, and the easy way I am telling you. Can you see that third column? In the third column you have 150, you took it as A. Adjacent to A, what is the value you get? 0. Below 0, add 1, you will get the next one. Always in step deviation add 1 only. 0 plus 1, 1. 1 plus 1, 2. And above 0, you will subtract 1. 0 minus 1, minus 1. Minus 1 minus 1, minus 2. So this is the easy way. Always it will be like this only, no need to calculate. But when will you apply this easy way? Only when your class width is the same throughout. If your class width is different, don't do it like this. Don't add and get the ui. You will have to literally calculate ui is nothing but xi minus a upon h. Put the value of xi, put the value of a, and put the value of h, and calculate each ui if your class widths are different. Okay. Now the last column is fi into ui. Fi into ui, let us multiply fi and ui and write it. So minus 2 into 12 gives you minus 24. Minus 1 into 14 gives you minus 14. 0 into 8 gives you 0. 1 into 6 gives you 6. 2 into 10 gives you 20. Okay. Then what we will do? After preparing this table, we will add up all the fi. Sum of fi we have to calculate. How we will get it? By adding all the fi. If you add all the fi's, you will get 50. And then you will add all the fi ui's. Okay. We will calculate the value of fi ui. Sum of fi ui by adding all the fi ui. How will you add all the fi ui? First you will add the negative numbers, and then you will add the positive numbers, and then add both of them. And the value of fi you are getting it as minus 12. And after completing the table, let us calculate mean by step deviation method. By step deviation method, mean x bar is equals to a plus sum of fi ui upon sum of fi bracket, the whole bracket, into h. Okay. So let us put all the values. So x bar is equals to a. What is a? 150 is equals to, what is sum of fi ui? Fi ui sum you got it as minus 12. So let us put the value of minus 12 upon sum of fi. What is fi's value we got? 50. So let us put it as 50. The whole into h. What is h? We know 20. Okay. So after putting all these values, let us calculate. It becomes, you can reduce it, 12 and 50 you can reduce it, and after reducing you will get 150 plus of minus 24 upon 5. Okay. And you can reduce this also, it becomes 4.8, and plus into minus becomes minus. So finally you will get 150 minus 4.8. 150 minus 4.8 is 145.20. So the mean value we get it as rupees 145.20. Means unit will always be the unit of the classes, which is 145.20.